Okay, you're waving early. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Big waves to you. Good to see you. Both hands this morning, man. Bill Saling's up here. He's fired up. Hi, Michelle. Jim Romine, the rank advancement machine is on the Zoom this morning. So can't wait to celebrate your recent rank advancement. All right. So the word this morning, remember, it's O's for the week. O's for the week. And the word this morning is optimistic. Optimistic. Now, before we even talk about it, so let me say the definition first. Hopeful and confident about the future. Hopeful and confident about the future. How many of you, now listen, if this is your spouse, don't look, okay? Don't look. It could get you in trouble for the rest of the day. Careful, Jim. So, how many of you know people, or maybe it's family members, or maybe it's friends that you're around and you hear them talk and you just don't hear a lot of optimistic behavior out of them? It's more of the sky's falling behavior. You know, I got people pointing. I got people pointing at the person next to you. Is that the like in Zoom? Like, hey, like this? If you, Andrea's next to me, just so you know. I was kidding. You're optimistic. I'm kidding. So hopeful and confident about the future. Here's why I say that. I don't think there's a one of us on here that don't want to be that. Hopeful and confident about the future. But let's be honest, there's a lot of days we wake up that there's not a lot of hopeful and confident about the future at times. Okay? So it goes back to optimism is a mindset. We got to want optimism. We got to want this optimistic vision for the future. Like if I sit around and went, well, I just feel like that it's probably not going to work out for the future. And what if in 2 years my kids are this and I'm this and this, and you run up a flagpole of anxiety because you're so looking at the downside of what the future could hold rather than being optimistic and thinking about all the things that is in your future. But it's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's a way of thinking. It's a way of seeing things. See, optimistic people see the positive side of things. You go, are you optimistic right now? Well, just ask yourself, when's the last time you complained? And for some of us, we'd be like, well, I complained about 150 times yesterday. When's the last time you complained about a coworker or a business partner? They're not recognizing me enough. They're not giving me the attention I need. You know, Jim Rohn said, if you're waiting to be motivated, that's a scary thought. What if the person never shows up to knock on your door to motivate you? Wow, you're just going to sit there? You're just going to sit there? So we got to be self-motivated. But optimistic people see the positive side of things. They expect things to turn out well. They believe they have a skill and an ability to make good things happen. So I believe if you go through the day looking for the bad, you'll find it every time. If you go through the day looking for the wrongs, you'll find the wrongs. But if you go through the day, Andrea, I'm getting off on a rant. I got to end it, I know. But here's my point. I was a coach. And I would coach a team the same way every year. I would coach the same way. I'd cut the grass the same way. I'd teach the same plays. But on the years that we were 0-10, I was the dumbest coach in the world. And on the years we were 10-0, I was the smartest coach in the world. What's the difference? It's people's mindset around it, right? So here's my thing. I don't know where you're at right now. I don't know if you feel like you're thriving. I don't know if you feel like you're just surviving right now. I don't know if you feel like you're reinventing yourself right now. But let me tell you, it starts with mindset. It starts with being optimistic. Like, I've got to see the positive side of things. I was telling Andrea just this morning, actually. Did y'all hear that? My yard people is here at my office, my new office. So anyway, here's the thing. Here's the benefits of being optimistic: positive outlook, resilient, mental well-being, like improve relationships. Just a lot like being organized. Goal achievements. I start to see myself achieving goals. Physical health. I start being able to do problem solving skills better. Like, being optimistic truly changes all parts of my life. So Andrew, I'm gonna mute and turn it to you.
Well, great lesson. Can't hear your yard people, so that's okay. So I love this word, and sometimes I think that I'm a little too optimistic, right? And I think that can border on delusional, and sometimes I don't think I'm optimistic enough. So I guess maybe we need to find that like happy medium. But the quote that I found was, an optimist understands that life can be a bumpy road, but at least it's leading somewhere. They learn from mistakes and failures and are not afraid to fail again. And that's Harvey Mackay. And I thought, ooh, that's a good one, because that seems a pretty realistic optimist, that they understand that there's going to be negatives, there's going to be positives, but that it all has some sort of meaning. It's all going to get us somewhere in life. So if we struggle with optimism at times, I looked into what we can do to be a little bit more optimistic. Like, what can Andrea do more of each and every day so that I can be a little bit more positive? So first of all, positive self-talk. When we encourage ourselves, when we focus on our strengths, when we remind ourselves of past successes, that challenges negative beliefs inside us and helps us be more optimistic. Number two is practice gratitude. And you guys know we talk about this. Like, I feel like every word you could throw gratitude in there and it would be a great lesson. But train yourself to regularly acknowledge and appreciate the positive aspects of your life. Every day we have something to be grateful for. And if you think about it too much, you will cry. Not just me, all of us. But every single day we have something that it's like, oh my goodness, look what I woke up to. My babies are under my roof, or they're safe and sound in theirs, or whatever it may be. But every day we have something to be grateful for. And man, when we think about what we're grateful for, doesn't it make us more excited for tomorrow too? So that's really fun, makes us more optimistic. Number three is focus on solutions. So when we train ourselves to focus on finding solutions rather than dwelling on our problems, we can be so much more optimistic. So maybe, like me, you have a messy garage right now. You can think about the solutions around it. So instead of just saying, oh my goodness, this garage, you can say to yourself, okay, well, I've got 15 minutes today, and I've got a 14-year-old son and a 17-year-old daughter. So we have solutions to get this thing done. So when we look for the solutions and we focus on them, this encourages us to be more optimistic all around. Number four is surround ourselves with positivity. And just like Coach said, sometimes we have that brother that we talked about in the chat, not my brother, he's great, but we have brothers in our life, or people in our life that are Eeyore. We love Eeyore. He's a great little donkey, but he's really negative, right? He's always having a bad day. And if we surround ourselves with that, it's going to make us more pessimistic. But if we surround ourselves with people that inspire us, that uplift us, and maybe that is that we make sure that we go to church on Sunday and we get to be around the worship music, if that's at your church, or the people that are there as believers. Or maybe that is to go do activities that bring you joy. You know, you might love to bowl or to bake, and that makes you in a more positive environment. Listen to great content, you know, podcasts, books, inspirational quotes. Tune into the Coach's Corner. We're uplifting positive humans, but surround yourself with positivity, and that's going to help you feel more optimistic. Number 5 is visualize success. So when we visualize what success looks like for us, when we take a moment just to pause and think, what does Andrea really want, right? What is Eva Marie really hoping to achieve in her life? And we go in almost a daydream, but we think about all the things and gets us excited for the future that we can go create it. It makes us more optimistic. Number 6 is to practice that resilience. So we can practice learning from setbacks. Just find the lesson, learn the setback from the setbacks instead of getting discouraged. That can help us maintain a more optimistic outlook. And then lastly is set realistic goals. Sometimes what makes us feel really not fantastic, a little bit discouraged, can be that we set a huge goal. You know, those big, hairy, audacious goals they talk about. We set this really huge goal, but we don't quite achieve it. And we still did a lot, but we can get caught up in that negative self-talk. But if we set realistic goals, you know, still strive, still go for more, but set a realistic goal that aligns with your values and your aspirations, and then break them down into smaller, more manageable steps, then we can feel better because we're going to have all these little moments that we get to celebrate, all these achievements that we get to celebrate. And overall, that's going to make us feel more optimistic. That's what I got.
I like that. That's a good one today. Good one
I'm
today.
fired up this morning. I need to cut back on the coffee, maybe.
You're feeling spicy. All right. Well, hey, I want to say Deshaun Dunbar. I just noticed you on here this morning, so we just wanted to say hi to you. Okay. I just feel like pointing you out and saying hello. I hope you have a great day today. All right. Guys, happy Tuesday. Go rock the day. We'll see you back tomorrow.
Oh,
Love you.
well, actually,
Love you guys and
Saturday,
grateful
maybe at
for you.
noon.
Oh, yeah. I'll talk at noon.
I'll talk at noon.
Love
Have a
you
great day.
guys.
Love you guys. Have a great day.
Guys.
Andrea,
Andrea, thank you, Coach.
Come on.